Nintendo Directs have been an absolute misery to watch recently, and I think I finally understand why. First of all, there just hasn't been enough hard-hitting Nintendo announcements, which I feel like should be a given since it's a Nintendo Direct. So much of these presentations are taken up by third-party games that have been out for years on other consoles, stuff like Elden Ring and Cyberpunk 2077. If you own literally any other gaming device besides a Nintendo console, you've had access to probably 90% of the third-party games being announced for the Switch 2 for years. This isn't a terrible thing. It's obviously great that Nintendo is getting so much third-party support after lacking it for so long, and of course some people only own a Switch, so announcements like this are relevant to them. But man, does this really take the hype out of Directs sometimes. I'm tuning in for the Nintendo announcements because their games are exclusive to their platforms, but we're just not getting enough of that in my opinion. The last Direct was littered with remakes, remasters, DLC, and only a few original announcements. We used to have iconic moments like the September 2018 Direct, where Isabelle got announced for Smash Bros, and her trailer ended by confirming a new Animal Crossing game. Obviously there can't always be huge moments like this, but it just goes to show the hype potential of these presentations, compared to watching Koizumi awkwardly thumb wrestle for an uncomfortable amount of time. And speaking of Koizumi, he just doesn't do it for me presentation wise. Nintendo Directs were so full of energy when Iwata and Reggie were around. They truly connected with gamers by demonstrating time and time again that they understand and respect us. Their skits brought so much personality that it made Directs genuinely entertaining to watch. Nowadays, it feels like Nintendo Directs are mostly aimed at shareholders, so you might as well just look up a recap after the fact. It's just sad seeing how fun Directs used to be compared to now. I'm not even in a position to buy a Switch 2 yet because most of what I want to play from Nintendo is already on the Switch 1, or it can be emulated. I mean, played legitimately through Nintendo's official channels. The Directs could be something fun to hold me over until I inevitably buy one, but instead, I'm more inclined to just look up a recap. Personally, I feel like Nintendo would benefit a lot from sneaking in more first-party announcements into their Directs, even if they're just titles with release dates. It would satisfy people like me, while also continuing to provide third parties with a dedicated platform. A lot of people argue against announcing games too early in advance, but hey, they literally just announced an Ocarina of Time remake that's coming out in 6 months with basically just the title. I don't know, maybe you think Nintendo Directs are still an exciting time? From my perspective, they're a shell of their former selves, and I hope Nintendo breathes some long overdue personality back into them.